Oh, from my useful utility workers that have been with me from the beginning. Oh man, kiddo, I know, kiddo, London feels the exact same way. This is just one long fucking event that I just wanted something so right and so simple, and they really fucking smacked me in the face of all of their bullshit when the answer and the solution was always so simple. Especially based on all the equipment available to everybody who really is in charge of making the very simple decision of, like, it was your idea, you signed off on it, you caused the problem, we're coming to kill you, and I have everybody's approval, and we don't care what you say. Problem solved. But they couldn't have done that. Why not? I don't know. You'd have to ask them. And then more malfunction. And more malfunction. And they kept warning. And they kept coming up with more malfunctions. And they started losing control in really serious science places, because they kept trying to discover more in park security that was now hiring based on women on the surface causing issues at all area dysfunction. What is partial service that can't get a surface job to do but punish all the assholes and reprogram all of their days into all sorts of what can the cat drag along the dingleberry of yesterday for tomorrow, and then blame on her, and then learn and go, holy fuck, what did I do? Now what do I have to do? Well, now you have to become a trainer because we are getting very low on smart people, and trust me, it gets worse as we go. So you have some kind of training from before, and your reputable will agree with you, and you just keep moving forward, and we will tell you what we need. Now here is what happens. You happen on this sales position to inherit all of yesterday's that thought there was no tomorrow, and just let the world slide down the shitter of who gives a fuck about them. Right, yeah, those guys, right, yeah, so we put all of those in a closet. We said, this is where, on this colonoscopy, the fecal, right, from the sphincter account, right, the one that's trying to shit on God and her extra special purpose that we've known about for a long time and can't all seem to get the world working, no matter how much quantum she helps with, verbal or orthodox or documents or step-by-step directions, right? Yeah, so what we did was we did a very full investigation. We also documented quite literally a very large account on paper and on our own retinal scans, which we said was scored somehow. So we pinpointed exactly when the fecal count, right, we put new area managers in that we did install at Helpful, but what happened was at some point they inherited the last problems, but that was their motivation to see where their new score went, but then that also sometimes it didn't work, which we couldn't quite figure out. And then as the date and we grew successful, and the others that were less successful trying to work against us in the real London against the new London baby that was coming, that they poisoned the water hole, and then they grew all new, like, bright ideas on their own. They stopped attending training. They grew sideways. Nobody could help. For some reason, the Queen of London became like this big celebrity that nobody could seem to maneuver or get around or get the Swiss in the uniforms that guards the gate that denied Cataruzza from coming in, even though they knew as advisory that she was going to be there for Claudia's whatever. So, yeah, that happened, and so that should have been confirmation enough to the Swiss guard when I dropped my glasses into the Big Ben thing, which they had. What do they know? What do they not know? I have no idea, but for me, it was very real in the moment. Bambi just walking around London going, oh, I'm here for Claudia's whatever. Nice to meet you. I'm nobody special. I was just born to, like, the two utilities that I don't get, but they gave me. And I'm waiting for life to begin, because this really fucking sucks all by myself. And I know there's a greater and bigger purpose, but So that was the surface. The subliminal connection is reporting to all area advisory exactly every step of the way, the directions, who's involved, how to get around them. So where's the excuse committee and the cleanup and what the fuck happened and why does God's life actually keep getting worse? You lost me somewhere along the way. Well, actually, you lost me before you had me because you bored me with the fucking Jason Romer account, and then the second going into the Pentagon of issues that I inherited for more failure in leadership and management at past Quatrain that didn't know how quickly the dysfunction grew, like an epidemiology nightmare of cancer, which they insisted they needed drugs for up ahead, so they had to raise more funds in skyscrapers and new businesses that are just more painful for everybody else, because we could have avoided the cancer because we actually have the code, so we don't have to give you cancer, but because they keep making decisions up ahead, trying to fix the past and never actually get anywhere, which has been the situation getting worse. When do we fix this? Because the worst case scenario hit us like 3 generations ago, and now I'm careening down the rails and I'm actually here. I'm the set terrestrial that everybody can rely on through thick or thin, no matter what you drag me or push me through. I still have to fight for your every whatever to keep you safe, and still try to get to Nicholas, since there's no point in us ever being human unless we're together. So where did I lose you at? Where the fuck are you?